Salvete omnes, this is Amelia, also known as TheMartianGeek, and welcome back to another episode of Super Mario Bros. 3. In the last episode, we finished off World 2 by defeating Morton Koopa, as well as found an odd quirk with the End-Spade game. And now we're on to World 3. This is the ocean slash beach slash water slash whatever world. It's the water world, alright. I believe it's actually called Seaside, which makes sense. You can see the islands here and all. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this world. I like the design of World 3's overworld map, and it certainly has a couple stages with things that aren't really found anywhere else. But this one also has two of my least favorite levels in the entire game, and it probably doesn't help that it's actually the last world I ever saw as a kid before I knew about the warp whistles. But in any case, let's head right into, wrong button, right into 3-1. Our first underwater level. And we want to drop down this crevice at the start here because there's our power-up. Actually, that might be the only power-up you get in this one. I kind of don't remember, but wow, blatant invisible blocks there. I'm 16 pixels away from the edge of the screen and it still counts as a wall. Also, these fountain-like things will just push you upward, or downward, or whatever direction they're going. And we have bloopers. A bit smaller than the bloopers in most Mario games. These are only about as big as half of Mario, or 16 by 16. Oh, blooper attack. And bloopers are as annoying as ever, of course. Now see, there's one of the down-pointing fountains. Don't think you can go in any of the pipes in here. Also, Lava Lotus. It's pretty similar to the Volcano Lotuses in Super Mario World. It just spews out 5 fireballs like that, though. Oh yeah, I guess we do get another power-up. Yeah, there we go. Now you can see all 5. Some of the time, it won't spew all 5 of the fireballs because there won't be enough sprite slots left to spawn all of them. So you'll just see 4 or 3 or whatever. Is there anything I can do up here? There is. I'm actually not entirely sure I knew that was there, but... So I guess this level has 3 power-ups. You can go back there if you want to. But you don't really need to. Yeah, interestingly... Oh, Blooper Nanny. It's like a blooper with little bloopers following it, which is not good. And I believe one of these has... Maybe not. Oh, this is the one that has a 1-up, and it's not even a note block. Yeah, Blooper Nannies weren't unique to this game, but they're kind of annoying. Yeah, revenge there. And I don't think I missed anything, yeah. But an interesting quirk about Super Mario Bros. 3's water levels is that the water does not actually cover the entire level, so as you can see, I just jumped up on the goal, or on the end of the level, and you can just jump right out of the water, like that. Oh, mushroom! I should have tried harder to get a running start, I guess. But anyway, 3-1 down, on to 3-2. We're not underwater this time, but we do have water. I rather like the background in this one. We also have donut lifts. Is this actually the first level those things showed up in? I think it is. And we have fish down below trying to attack us. Rude of them. And we have me completely failing to stay on my platform. Is it gonna respawn? Okay. It did. Now can I get back up? That was just complete and utter failure. Kinda like my love life. Wow. Let's see how many ways we can kill Mario in this one level, shall we? Okay, yeah, let's not try going for all the coins this time, but rather just try going for the treasure that involves staying on the platform. And bopping the fish if need be. Not a whole lot of power-ups in this one, huh? Yeah, you can see the 2 different kinds of Cheep Cheeps here. The one kind jumps up at you and the other one, well, doesn't jump up at you. And I think there's actually something down there, power-up, maybe 1-up, but I'm not going to risk it. Anything over here? Nope. Wow, that is one of the enemies in the game you were just not supposed to get hit by, and I did anyway. Okay, failures on 4-2 aside. At least I got one extra life. Now let's see what's in the Toad House, and I believe I know. Yeah, I think this is one that has all frog suits. But now we have a Hammer Brother to deal with, and it's actually a Hammer Brother this time. Oh boy. It's actually two Hammer Brothers, and... that sucked. Yeah, the gimmick of the Hammer Brothers in World 3, I believe, is that if they're on a water space, like these blue dots here, when you challenge them, there will be water in the Hammer Brothers arena, which is more likely to make you die than the Hammer Brothers themselves, probably. But yeah, see, now that they're on dry land, they're much easier to deal with, at least if they would jump up to the top two platforms. Thank you. Okay, is there anything in these? Don't think so, but I might as well check. Okay, a hammer. Yeah, now if we wanted, we could use that hammer to break through one of these rocks here and get that spade game, but there's really no good reason to do that. Especially since, well, between the fact that that game is hard to win anyway, and there's also the case that, or the fact that, there's a much better use of the hammer later on in this world. But time for 3-3. You can tell I'm looking forward to this one. Meet Boss Bass. He basically looks like somebody cloned together a Porky Puffer, Angelina Jolie, and Grumpy Cat, and I hate his guts. He is the only enemy in the game that can insta-kill you, regardless of what power-up you may have. Not even the final boss can do that. He does this by trying to jump up at you and eat you. Oh hey, I actually didn't know that was there. See if we can actually get enough of these coins to do something. Whoa. Yeah, Boss Bass pretty much constantly follows you down in the water there. So you want to stand on as high a platform as you can get, because obviously this level has a foreground that constantly moves up and down. And the farther down it is, the more likely you are to get gulped. Oh hey, this is a level that introduces these things? I could have sworn I did not realize they showed up this early in the game. Yeah, spinning red platform. I'll probably discuss those more later. Oh, and to add insult to injury, the Super Mario World custom sprite version of Boss Bass is even worse. Because normally you can't make custom sprites respawn in Super Mario World without intensive extra code. So the creator of the sprite compensated for that by making it completely invulnerable. Now, mind you, I could probably code a replacement that actually would be properly defeatable and would respawn properly, but I don't think I shall, because I don't really want to give anyone any more of an excuse to use the wretched thing than I have to. But this is Super Mario Bros. 3, not Super Mario World, so we actually can defeat Boss Bass if we have fireballs or a shell or something like that. And wow, that P-switch really would have been nice. I just timed that terribly. There's actually something over to the right there, but do you really want to risk it? Because there aren't any platforms there, and, well, Boss Bass. Okay, I did get a star that time, at least. See if I can keep it up for the next two numbered levels. But now we have the World 3 Fortress. Well, actually, we have the first fortress. World 3 is the first one to have two fortresses, and I'll go into a little bit more detail about that in a minute here, but standard fortress fare. We have rotodiscs, we have a pipe that doesn't do anything obvious, and we have thwomps. We also have doors, lots of doors in fact, and that's the gimmick of this fortress. Basically, only one of these doors actually leads to the correct place, and I believe it is the sixth one. I always remembered it as being either the second door after the third thwomp or the third door after the second thwomp, and could never quite remember which. But I think a couple of these other doors actually lead to other stuff too, so yeah, there we go. Want to check that out. Okay, good. I was going to say, if they make me have a P-switch, or a P-suit to get into there. Okay, are there any more invisible blocks that I should be aware of? Could have sworn there was an invisible one up in here. Oh well. And I guess I don't actually remember where all the wrong doors go, but let's go in one of them just to see. Yeah, it just drops you in this room full of water, and... well, I guess there's this question mark block if you want it. Actually, I probably shouldn't have taken that, because honestly, in this world, the fireballs would have been more useful. Whoops. But anyway, enough goofing around. I'll probably show where all of the doors go later on, even though they all just lead to that same room, just different places in it. And I think I just lost count of the doors. Whoops. That's what you get when you talk too much. Okay, this must have been the first one. Yeah, and then I go and lose my catsuit by flying right into the thing. Okay. So, second thwomp, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are in the right place. You can see some of the other doors down there, but this one actually leads you to dry land. And you can go in this door. And it's Boom Boom time. Hello, Boom Boom. You are as pathetic as ever. You have wings this time, but you never get to use them. Mind you, if I could actually aim my jumps properly, you wouldn't have gotten that hit in on me. But yeah, Boom Boom down. And there's that pipe clear. If you're wondering where this pipe goes, that would allow us to make further progress in the world, or actually, it would allow us to continue from where we left off if we quit the game and made it through the other fortress. Because World 3, like I said, actually has 2 fortresses, and it has 9 numbered levels, so that's another thing about World 3, is it's significantly longer, noticeably so, than the first 2 worlds. Which means we're probably going to have to split this one up into 3 episodes. But in any case, time for the roulette thing that I love oh so very much, because it's oh so very easy to actually get stuff out of it. Nice hat there, Mr. Mushroom. Think I'll save that Hammer Brother for next time, though. We've done basically a third of the levels in this world, so I think now's a good time to call it. I will see you next time as we get rid of that Hammer Brother that's been bothering us and go to 3-4 and 3-5.